Yo, what's up, guys? Vojtech here. Don't be scared. It's me. It's really me again. Alright, now we get this video. Let me show you. We made McDonald's MRE Ration pack by Go for Dope. Let's see it.
Usually military rations are made of long-lasting, shelf-stable ingredients designed to stay edible for years. Stuff like stews, canned meats, porridges and instant soups. This food is quite tasty, easy to eat in the field, but it feels way too processed, lacks freshness and you definitely wouldn't want to eat it for weeks. Plus, I've never
his
seen anything
opinion,
like
McDonald's
fast
is
food
better.
included in a ration pack until now. So, today we're gonna make MRE as if McDonald's partnered with the military that perfectly recreates the taste with a burger that's just as fresh and juicy and fries that stay crispy for 100 years.
I want to
we
see
went
it.
to McDonald's and grabbed my favorite menu. Fries, double cheeseburger, blue cheese
Nice
sauce
studio.
and orange juice as a drink. Lately, I like it even more than Coke. Let's take a look at the burger. It's made of two very fluffy and soft buns and two beef patties. Individually, they are nothing special, just fried ground beef. But when combined with other ingredients, they create that unique taste. Cheddar cheese, ketchup, mustard, pickles, fresh onion, and I always add bacon. It adds a little richness to the flavor.
Guys, let me know if you like bacon in your burger. Me, speaking from my experience, I like it.
Yes, it's very delicious. But the burger loses its freshness after just 30 minutes, and the fries turn into a soggy mess within 5. So, how do we make them last for a really long time?
Chemicals.
There are several methods of food preservation. Freezing. This is a solid, reliable option. Water inside the food freezes, bacteria stop multiplying, and internal processes are paused. It works, but it's very primitive. Rarely any product can be restored to its original state after defrosting, except juice maybe.
What? Why is my guy wasting that food,
Or
man? Come on
salting.
now.
This ancient method was popular before refrigeration were available. You need to cover the product in salt, which slows down bacterial growth. It's great for meat, fish, and stuff like this. But in our case, it would completely ruin everything.
It would make
Dry.
it pretty salty,
This
man.
is a very popular technique of preservation, but not perfect. All the moisture is evaporated from the product.
Wow, I
Once
haven't
dried,
seen this
it
method
can't really
yet.
turn into its original form. A burger,
Wow.
for example, would turn into a brick.
You don't want to eat that.
This process is better suited for fruits and vegetables.
Hey, but the fries might be actually good.
Vacuumization. The product is packed in a special bag and the air is simply removed. While this slows down spoilage, it only prolongs the shelf life for a few extra days. It's not nearly enough for our goal of years-long freshness. Sterilization. This is how canned goods like stews are made. The food is sealed airtight and cooked under pressure in special autoclaves to kill bacteria and microorganisms. But you can imagine what would happen to a burger. it's gonna look like every other stew in the bag. So, is there
Really?
really no way to preserve food in its original state for a long time? It should be if this video exists. There is.
Is this a
But
product
it's much more
placement?
complex and much more interesting. Some of viewers might already know what this machine is, but if I didn't, I would never guess. This is a freeze dryer. Very expensive and unique device capable
Wow.
of preserving food for an incredibly long time. But what exactly is it? And how does it work? The thing is,
So
every
it
food
freezes
item
it
from your
and
fridge or
dries
the
it, right?
supermarket contains certain amount of water. For example, bread has about 35% of water, cottage cheese 70%, meat the same, potatoes are 75%
Yeah,
water,
actually,
tomato
you know, meat is such a big scam because the meat you buy in the supermarkets, usually it's like at least 50% water. Like, I know it sounds crazy. I mean, you can taste the water a little bit, but man, the water adds so much weight. It's crazy.
incredible 92, bananas are 74%, eggs 75%, cheese only 50%, cucumbers a whopping 94%, oranges 87%, pears slightly less, and apples are solid 90% of water. Water is the main reason food spoils. So, if we can somehow extract that water, the food could last for centuries. And then you can just rehydrate the food. That's exactly what a freeze dryer does. But the process is a bit more complex and much less obvious than it might seem at first glance.
Even
I would
eggs, they
like to
put in
explain
eggs.
using a banana as an example. Try to listen carefully. First, cut it into thin pieces. For clarity, I also
He's
added
quite
ice
good at
cubes
it.
so we can see exactly what happens to the water. We seal the chamber and start the machine. The first thing it does is freeze the food, just like a regular freezer. This takes about 2 hours. Then the real magic begins, the sublimation process. A vacuum pump kicks in,
Huh?
removing all the air from the chamber.
What? Man, this machine does magic tricks.
The temperature inside is minus 20 degrees Celsius. Under the trays in these shelves are special heating plates connected by wires. It looks pretty tricky. These plates gently warm the food. So inside the chamber you have a vacuum and freezing temperature while the food itself is slightly heated. And the water magically disappears, turning straight into vapor, skipping the liquid stage entirely. The vacuum reaches 50 pascals, and honestly,
Wow.
it feels surreal to watch that ice seems to melt, but there is no water. It's the magic of physics. Most of you probably doesn't
Wow.
understand any of that. Don't worry, I didn't either when I first read about it. But since the freeze dryer will be working for a while, let's break it down.
That's crazy though.
This is the
How
phase
can
diagram
someone
of
make
water.
such a
Don't
machine?
panic. It's just a graph that shows what state water will be in, solid, liquid or gas, depending on the temperature and pressure. For example, today's weather forecast says that atmospheric pressure is 1022 hectopascals. That's here on the graph. And the air temperature is 26 degrees Celsius, this point here. At these conditions, the graph shows that water should be a liquid. Shocking, right? No. Now let's heat the water to
Oh.
100 degrees.
What was that?
Don't worry, I've converted all values to Fahrenheit for my American viewers. And brace yourselves. The water starts boiling. Incredible, I know. Who would have guessed? The chart clearly shows that as the temperature rises, the water changes phase from liquid to vapor. Now let's turn off the heat. The temperature drops and the boiling stops. But here is where it gets interesting. If you take a vacuum cleaner and lower the pressure inside a jar, the water starts boiling again at much lower temperature.
Ah, that's very cool.
Of course,
Whoa.
with time the boiling slows down because vacuum cleaners create only a weak vacuum. But
Be
if you use
cautious.
a proper vacuum pump like this and pour in cold tap water, you can make it boil too. It's very strange to see completely cold water bubbling. And while it boils, you'll see cold condensed vapor dripping down the jar sides. On the phase diagram, this looks like lowering the pressure along the graph. And
This is
if
a
you
little
followed
too
along so far,
technical
You're
for me.
now officially a freeze drying scientist. This is exactly what happens inside a freeze dryer, except here the temperature is minus 30 degrees and the pressure is 50 pascals. The food is gently warmed, causing water to undergo this exact phase transition. At these parameters, water can only exist as ice or vapor, no liquid. And this is what sublimation means, going directly from a solid to gas, skipping the liquid phase entirely. Oh, damn, hopefully this all makes sense now and that chart drawing wasn't for nothing. Meanwhile, the process is finally complete. Both the ice and the banana have fully sublimated. The slice is practically weightless, super dry and crumbles easily. But here is the cool part. If you add a bit of water, you can rehydrate it and it's nearly indistinguishable from the original.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
If I did this blindfolded, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. The texture and taste are identical. We'll be using the same principle to create our military ration pack, but it's not as simple as just throwing a whole burger into the freeze dryer. We need to break it down into its individual components, which thankfully aren't too many. Here is a list of them. Pickles. We're using standard pickles. Any kind will work since they all deliver the same flavor. Onion. Just regular store-bought onions are perfect.
I'm not sure now, but don't they use the purple onions?
Just spread them out on the tray.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Now, here is where the things get tricky. The cheddar cheese in McDonald's burgers is pretty unique. You can't just grab any cheese from the store. It's most likely imported from other country and you won't find it in regular supermarkets. So, to get the authentic cheese, we headed to local McDonald's and used the self-order terminal to customize the burger. You can adjust amount of all the ingredients.
Did he
We
only get the
removed
cheese?
everything except the cheese.
Wow.
You can do this.
That's
even
funny.
The patties.
I
We
saw it.
repeated this process for every ingredient. Now we've got
Some
individual
shots.
slices of cheese,
but he got the
separate
how do you call
strips
it?
of bacon,
Patty.
separate
Patty is the
patties,
meat, no?
and the buns.
Yeah, the bun.
The
Got the
only
battle.
problem is with the sauces. Yes, you can buy ketchup and mustard separately at McDonald's, but the thing is, ketchup is identical to what's in the burger. But the mustard is totally different. They use Heinz sauces. So we picked up jars of both ketchup and mustard to freeze-dry them ourselves. And then there is the fries. This is a whole different story. Because they spoil so quickly, we brought an insulated container with ice, and as soon as we picked up the order, we immediately transferred fries into the container to freeze. Once we
That's
got
pretty
home,
cool.
we put everything straight onto the freeze dryer.
The fries look a little bland, a little too white.
To better show the process, we put a light inside the chamber.
You know, I wonder where this guy lives, because obviously they are using in the shop, in the McDonald's, they are using like some sort of Russian-like language, maybe even Russian, I don't know. But yeah, it's the different way of writing letters. I wonder where he lives, but apparently he has McDonald's, so it shouldn't be Russia.
So it's necessary to lit
I don't know.
outside the wiring without ruining the vacuum seal. Next, screw the pump on. Connect the plug and set up the process. Each food item has its own ideal temperature and settings, but since we're working with a mix, we need to choose the slowest program to suit all of them. Close the drain valve. And the
It could be
process begins.
Ukrainian, but I don't
Because
know.
it's very slow, it looks like nothing is happening. We wanted to take time lapses of the whole
Wow.
thing to see what changes are happening to the product. So I brought out all of my old cameras. Instead of batteries, I use these dummy plugs that run on AC power. This process will take over
Nice.
30 hours. I set up a camera for each tray. And to avoid the glass fogging like last time, we decided to try blowing a hairdryer on it. No idea if it will survive 30 hours though. Now the most important part is patience. All we can do now is wait.
Oh, is he I thought he was.
In
I thought
reality,
he
the
was
process took
making
over
a video,
2
but
full
he's
days.
just taking photos. Like every 10 seconds.
Essentially, all the moisture is removed from the food without damaging its structure or properties. Although, you can definitely notice some changes. The water evaporates and collects around
Oh,
the edges of
there
the
must
chamber
be
as
a lot
ice.
of water in the ketchup.
It's such a fascinating process. I wish I had more cameras to capture every single detail. 44 hours later, it's finally done. Sublimation is complete. Let's open it up. Visually, the food doesn't look any different. Except for the pickle. Bro, what the fuck happened to you?
Whoa!
The food is
I have
practically
never seen it.
weightless.
You know,
Pickle, bro.
if someone show me these pickles, I would honestly think they are just spoiled. Wow, that's so crazy. Look at it. White.
What the fuck happened to you? The food is practically weightless. For anyone unfamiliar with science, it might seem like it just dried out. But we know better. Everything is extremely fragile, so we've got to handle it carefully. Meanwhile, the ice on the chamber walls has melted.
Oh, that's all
And
about
the
the
water smells like McDonald's air freshener.
all the
Once
all the
refrigerated,
water
everything will
from the
return
food.
to its original state. But Here is the question: how do you rehydrate it in the field? Typically, military rations include extra stuff like heaters, plastic utensils and other accessories. If McDonald's were to make a ration pack, it would probably be a one-off limited collector's item. So we decided to go all out on the packaging and make it as functional and high quality as possible. We grabbed napkins, a portable pan, a small bottle of water and oil, unbreakable Pringles containers, silica gel to absorb moisture, various zip bags, and a solid fuel stove for heating. For the outer packaging, we're using real camouflage fabric, the same kind used for military uniforms. Where am I? Can anyone see me? To make the packaging
Let me
waterproof,
guys
we're
know
adding
if
a
you
layer
saw
of
him.
film
I
under the
did.
fabric.
Write in the comments.
We measure,
It looks like
and glue it using a rubber
something
spray
for
adhesive I found in the
gamers.
store.
You know, a gamer would wear this kind of outfit
This stuff
suit.
is way stickier than I expected. Proceeding carefully to avoid wrinkles. I decided to design a military-style label. We can't just throw it in a Pringles can, right?
Uh-huh.
I even made a
Kinda
custom
cool.
label for the burger. Then it was time to pack everything. The patties go in a sturdy container to keep them from breaking. And we
Wow.
add silica gel to every package. Freeze-dried foods are highly hygroscopic and will absorb moisture from air if not sealed properly. We stick labels on everything, even the smallest ingredients, which we packed in individual zip bags.
Will, you know, that's the thing I'm wondering. Will he eat this like in a few years, or what is he going to do? Wow, but the cucumbers look crazy. And I don't know what this is.
Then
This
there is the
this
ketchup. It acted
looks
weird.
like a
It
cracker.
didn't fully sublimate and ended looking like dried jam, probably because of the sugar and vinegar. That's why we got this one. Put everything in the package. Next up, the fries. To keep them intact, we used a second container. We're also asked and were given this little fry box. But what about the juice, you ask? Well,
Yeah.
it didn't fit in the freeze dryer on the same load, so we had to process it separately.
Ooh. I
It
don't.
turned into a dried sponge-like substance that
Will-
crumbles into powder,
Oh.
like instant lemonade. It even looks like coral.
Will this actually, you know, this looks so weird. Will this actually turn into a juice again? With bunch of water?
Using
I'm
spatula,
not
we
sure.
scraped it off.
This is so weird seeing this because it's the drink, not the
And
food.
crushed it into powder for storage.
Wow.
For the ration, we don't need 3 full trays, so I kept a little for myself. I made the mistake of tasting the concentrate.
Shit, so bitter. You wanna try?
Part
It's a
of the powder
bitter.
went into a packet.
Oh.
And I sealed some leftovers for other uses, sprinkling on desserts or mixing with drinks like Coke. Then we decided to glue a bag on the same pattern as they do with paper ones in McDonald's. This took us 2 hours. We packed everything inside. Added Velcro closures and sealed it up.
Nice.
I don't know why, but I imagine the design of McDonald's ration pack looking something like this. I know I'm a terrible designer. Turns out creating a good looking package isn't as easy as it seems, but I tried.
Cheeseburger nutrition
Finally,
facts.
it's time to test it out.
How long has it? How long is it? Like, how long ago? What time ago? Has it been at least a week? It seems like they shot this,
This MRE is
like
so
a
packed
day
with
after.
stuff that it could probably be a whole video on its own, but I won't drag it out. Plus, I can't wait to try it. Everything is thoughtfully designed. The packaging doubles as an improvised table.
Wow, that was my sound, by the way.
Let's lay out all the ingredients
That's pretty
and spritz
smart.
them with water. Rehydration takes a bit of time for the moisture to fully absorb. Meanwhile, we set up the stove and heat up the patties. A little more spritzing for the other ingredients.
What's that?
I was worried about the bun, but it actually rehydrated about 90%. We slashed it to finish the job. Time to
Nice.
assemble the burger.
Oh yeah.
Patty, cheese,
That
onion.
looks pretty good, not gonna lie.
The bun did tear
Onions
but
look
that's
like another cheese rather than
okay.
onions.
For the fries, it wasn't enough to just spritz them with water. We also gave them a quick brush of oil and fried them lightly to bring back the crunch.
He's dropping
As
so
for the
much.
juice, we mixed it right in the fry container. It rehydrated perfectly and fries didn't leave any residue behind. Now for the taste test.
Nice.
Damn, the burger is delicious. Tastes like one that's been sitting for maybe 10 minutes. The fries are crunchy again thanks to the crispy frying. And the juice is identical to the original. So I'm going to
Okay.
finish this ration pack and hope you enjoy the video. Don't forget to subscribe. There is
That's
more
about it.
cool stuff on the way. See you next time, guys.
Alright. Hey, pretty good video. We made McDonald's MRE ration pack, sorry. By called the dope. Yeah. Oh, and here's the link for the freeze dryer. Yeah, he probably makes commission of this, right? Off of this. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, pretty cool video. Honestly, check it out. Check out the original. It's in the description. The link to the original. Yeah, I would really love to taste just dried fries, not freeze dried, just dried, because dried fries looked pretty good, pretty crunchy. I would, I would try it. Anyways, let me know what you think. Have you ever eaten freeze-dried food. I think I haven't, but I'm not sure. I for sure ate dried food though. So hey, let me know. See you around.